Hello, I am the Zion Zeus. I hope you're well. Haven't done a video in a while, but I hope you're doing well. Today I wanted to talk about the Mayan calendar, and in a way it's actually really not a calendar, it's more of a meter about birth, life and the universal connection to everything. Today on the calendar, as you can see, the great cycle is 12, 19, 19, 17, 15, and the elapsed kin is 1,871,995. And pay attention to this number here. We are nearly complete. Remaining kin is 5. We have 5 remaining kin left of this amazing cycle that we're in. Cycle harmonic doesn't have one. The Tolkien day is 8 men eagle, and this is today's date. However, I'm gonna bring it forward up to this when everything rounds out. The great cycle 13,000,000, elapsed kin 1,872,000, 100%. Remaining kin 0. Cycle harmonic 1,1. Everything rounds out on 10/28/2011. Tolkien day 13 Ahu or Aha or Ahin, light lord. That is the day that we're coming up upon, folks, and it's a very amazing day. It has taken cycles of billions and billions of years to get to this day upon the calendar, and I believe now is the time for everybody just to, really take in life and take in that we still have the sun, we still have the earth, and as we all have probably seen today, there's been a lot of increased earthquake activity in certain regions, and I'll get to that in a second. But where science and spirituality meet, the calendar. This is the Mayan calendar. For simplicity, the Mayan calendar system is usually referred to as the Mayan calendar. This term then really refers to a system of interconnected cylindrical cycles of the Maya. It would, however, also be a misunderstanding if we said that the Maya had many different calendars. Everything in the cosmos is related, and the same is true for the cylindrical cycles that the Maya were using to describe this evolution and changing energies. Hence, the various cylindrical cycles of the Maya are related much as the cogs on the cogs wheel in a machine. In principle, this is not very different from the Georgian way of counting time, where not only the date in the month changes every day, but also the weekday. In the same way as the day sign changes in the sacred Mayan 260-day meter, so does the number of that day and its place in the longer heavens and underworlds. A given day is hence defined with symbols that belong to many different meters or counts. What makes the Mayan meter fundamentally different from other calendars in existence in the world is that its various symbols are reflective of the evolution of consciousness in the cosmos. This is in contrast to calendars from other cultures or religions that are based on astronomical cycles in our own solar system, such as the solar year or the moon cycle. It is from this that the Mayan calendar meter derives its immense importance at the present time, and we have entered the and may want to understand what is happening around us. This is not to say that the Mayan completely disregarded physical cycles. For instance, they followed a so-called Hab calendar of 365 days, which is practical for the agricultural processes, even though it does not have a set starting point in the solar year. The ancient Maya were also outstanding astronomers and sought to relate the planetary cycles, such as those of Venus, Mercury, and Jupiter, to their sacred 260-day calendar. What we should be very much aware of, however, is that they did not regard the sacred calendar as based on any astronomical cycle. Instead, the Maya were interested in how the astronomical cycles were related to the sacred calendar. This they regard as the most basic rhythm of the cosmos that had been given to them by the gods, and I'm going to discuss that on a future video, who gave them the knowledge. This may be such an unusual way of looking at time that is difficult for most modern people to comprehend. Today we are so focused on everything material, such as the astronomical cycles, and on measuring things, that a qualitative spiritual way of following time seems alien to most. Yet, if we are to understand the divine plan for the cosmos and our own place in this, we will have to make such a fundamental shift in how we regard time. To give you an idea of how a few of the different cylindrical cycles are related to each other, you may take a look at the cogwheels below. So let's have a look at that. The cogwheels, and amazing, and as you can see, as the cogwheels connect, you get a new symbol on that day. Absolutely amazing. 20 glyphs and 13 numbers, 260 combinations of the Tzolk'in. Absolutely amazing. The Mayan calendar end date, or the Mayan meter end date. Many people hear about the so-called end date of the Mayan meter, and today some people have even created the illusion that the Mayan meter was designed only to point out this end date. In reality, there is nothing to indicate that the ancient Maya who developed the long count calendar had any interest in what would happen as this calendar came to an end, and it comes to an end on 10/28/2011. Instead, what the ancient Mayan scriptures talk about is its beginning. The exact date for this beginning was apparently based on the day of the year, August 11, when the sun was in zenith in Isapa, where most likely this calendar first came into use. Ancient Mayan inscriptions also talk about this time as a time when the first father erected the world tree so the light could enter, a significant event in creation. The various dynasties in the different Mayan city-states would then try to track a relationship to this seminal event by first father and legitimize their power based on this. The fact that the Mayan long count was based on the day the sun was in zenith in Isapa has, however, created a very significant misunderstanding among modern people, and this is that it would end on December 21, 2012. That particular date the sun is in zenith in this location obviously has no relevance in the rest of the world, but because of the power of tradition, some will still adhere to it. In reality, the creation cycle that began as the first father erected the world tree will end on October 28, 2011. This day is also 13 Ahu in the sacred Mayan meter, an energy with great practical relevance. I just wanted to touch on that today because I believe it's very important at this time, and you can go and explore the calendar. It is my belief that here are some of a lot of the symbols on these dates, that we are entering an amazing connection with the cosmos and the universe, and Earth could possibly be ready to take its place in the cosmetology of the cogwheels. And the other thing I just wanted to touch on was the earthquakes. Oh, what's that? Is that another one I just popped? Obviously we all know today we had a 7.3, and so far, if we zoom in here, we've had, wow, this is in the Turkey region today, we've had another 6.0. Jesus, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They've had 8 quakes in Turkey today. That is phenomenal. Let's have a quick look at this. In Turkey, 8 in one day. So there's something going on there, folks. I don't know if people know, I'll probably get to another video sometime today, but the sun is going pretty crazy also. Yeah, Turkey is going pretty crazy there. Let's have a look. And so let's see what we have going on. What's the pattern? Let's see. Wow, there's definitely a pattern going on here. Let's go in here a little bit deeper. I've talked about this before, about the crack in the Atlantic. Wow. So there's definitely been a major uptick in quakes. There's what you have. You have all these quakes here. Japan, Kermadec Islands. Wow, look at the amount of quakes, folks. So the energy being released now is pretty substantial. What I'd really recommend for everybody is become very centered, breathing techniques, and just focus on the positive things in life. Magnetics and electromagnetics are the key to many creation things in this planet and this life. As we move towards a new frontier and all become pioneers at this time, the planet will resonate on a higher frequency. The core of the earth, their hertz have increased. That would lead to an increase in the human being on the planet. It's the same as having a radio signal, and you've had the radio on the same channel for over many billions of years, and then one day you decide to change the radio. But as you change the radio channel, you increase the volume, so now you're able to hear different information, but it's coming from the same location, just a different channel with a higher frequency. So I hope everybody's well. Tonight gonna have an amazing radio show, stacked with so much information. Go to blogtalkradio.com/TheZionZeus, and I have begun to create what's called Mystery Matter lectures. Over 30 years of research have gone into these lectures, and they will be very enlightening to those folks that understand that word. So tune in tonight, blogtalkradio.com/TheZionZeus. Tonight we'll discuss pyramids, the Sphinx, and Orion, and I'll throw out some information that maybe hasn't been discussed before. So I hope you're doing well, and I shall see everybody then. Stay awake and stay aware. The Zion Zeus.